Hi, my name's Todd.
Hi, my name's Todd.
We got Todd's 64 Chevy II. This is a little project we've been working on for a little while. We haven't done the appearance items yet, which is coming this winter. But we have done the driveline. It's a pretty cool little piece. And we're going to take it to the strip tomorrow and we're going to try it. We're going to try to improve on a, what?
14 and a half. We were running about high 14s and we got to 14 and a half by the end of the day, but this was in pretty weak trim.
Well, yeah, it had a one tire fire and it had a big fire most of the way down. So, well, anyway, it's got a pretty badass differential under it now and pretty badass rear suspension. We'll show you. And the little engine, it's not a super mega motor like sometimes we have. It's a real nice street motor. It's got the Edelbrock fuel injection. It's a hydraulic roller setup. It's got the 305 HO heads, which we're trying to talk Todd into putting some aluminum heads on it. Got a real nice little cooling system on it. Just a solid, dependable, turnkey, everyday driver that has a little bit of power. I mean, it has a fair bit of power. Nice light car. Has all the goodies.
For sure. We got rid of that straight six as soon as I bought it, and then just started taking care of all the other issues that we had with it.
We got lucky too because when we put the headers on it, you couldn't use the power glide shift linkage, so it got a 4-speed at the same time.
That wasn't planned.
No, but then what was it? Church boys, right?
Yeah, so we changed the whole front suspension. So we were mucking around with the front suspension, the upper and lower control arms, and trying to keep the car aligned, and it was just hell, like to say the least. We changed it.
It drove like a pile.
Yeah,
I mean, it drove. It was the worst driving pile you ever got behind the wheel of.
So after spending a lot of money on parts that didn't work, we just I spent the money. I bought Church Boys upper and lower control arms with Viking double adjustable coilover shocks, plus a anti-roll bar on the front. So the whole front is all dialed in now. It's all drives straight as an arrow, and yeah, no issues.
And now the back is done.
And then we've also done the back.
We'll raise it up after. We'll show everybody the suspension. We'll kind of go through the rest of it.
Okay.
This is a super solid little car. This is the one thing I hate rust unless I can get new panels, and then I don't mind it as much. But this thing, that's original floor pans. It's just super solid. Todd has a whole new TMI interior for it, which will be installed this winter, along with new rear quarter panels and new bumpers and everything. So the car actually, what dash did you get?
Dakota Digital dash, got a new dash pad, got a Bluetooth radio, all the bells and whistles. So got stock of parts up there.
This winter, this car will be fresh, nice and new.
So right now it's just in race trim.
Yeah. What do we got on here? 16s or 17s?
So these are 16 by 7s on here. So like the original rally style wheel, but just upsized and with a little bit more width. We can run up to a 10-inch on the back with what we did in the back.
I thought we could run a 275 or a 315 on this.
No, not 3. I think 295 is.
No. When we go, the
350. I think if you had a 66 or 67.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
but
if 64, we had to go a little narrow.
It's a little bit narrow. So.
But it is mini tub. It does have a narrow differential. We've got wheel spacers on here right now to run street tires.
It has coilovers in the back. No more leaf springs.
We'll raise it up after.
Yeah.
We've got a nice stainless exhaust system under it and everything, and it's got all the goodies. All the parts are there. Just this winter we'll really make it look fresh.
Yeah.
So click that off. We'll raise it up, and So, Moser 12-volt differential, and it is narrowed down to
2 inches.
Work with the mini tubs.
Yeah.
Which we've had put the mini tubs in. We had to narrow the frame rail a little bit and put this triangulated 4-link in. This was a pretty good little task. It's a nice kit though. It works really, really well. I mean, really well. We took it to the road course, and I mean, this thing is a bad bitch at the road course. Actually drove it to where we ran out of motor. I mean, it just, from a car that handled like absolute ass to what it handles like now, it's incredible. I mean, I got to give those guys credit for their system. It works big time.
Then we did this whole frame, the connectors up front.
Yeah, it's got this full connector in it, which is pretty nice little piece, and ties right back into your 4-link hanger. So it's and then ties it up to your front frame rail, goes over to your inner rocker. It ties into your center cross member here. It really does tie the car up pretty good. Muncie M24 speed. What we got, a ram clutch in here, just kind of a decent street strip clutch as I recall.
Yeah.
And then you'll see the Church Boy stuff up in the front. Full coilovers, tubular A-arms, disc brakes all four corners. It's a nice handling piece. It's just, as I say, from what it was to what it is, it's almost incredible. Nice big sway bars all the way around, which I don't know how that's going to work drag racing. We may have to pop that front sway bar off, but other than, I mean, very easy to do though. These are heim joint links. You just pop one bolt off and away you go. So it's got all the goodies you want. It just, now it needs shiny paint, but I love it like it is actually, but
lots of people,
you know, I'm not a washer, so, but it is what it is. Everything looks good under here. I don't see any loose, I don't see anything falling off and whatnot, so that part should be good for the track. Everything looks good to go.
Yeah, so today for the track, we were gonna basically check out the tires. We have some slick tires that we can possibly run on this, so just making sure they're all
drag radials, 275
drag radials, yeah. Mickey Thompson. Yeah. So we're gonna air those up, make sure they fit, make sure the spacing is right. Check the computer, check all the EFI, make sure that's all good, and yeah, and then we're off to the track tomorrow, and then more playing around tomorrow with the double adjustable coilovers, height, air. Like
the EFI is kind of interesting because that works on an Android and it's wireless. You can jump into it, so we'll have to put a little bit of that on video. It's kind of a neat system.
Yeah, so we'll show all that tomorrow.
So we can show a little bit tonight. Yep. Go into it. Watch yourself. Coming on. Whoop, maybe not. Back end up and see if those tires fit. All right, that's good there. This is the way cars should look. Drag radials, well, actually slicks. I'm not really a drag radial guy, but on a Royal Prep track they do work well. But look at the difference. Look at this. Little tire, big tire. Stand back and get that.
Yeah, and then we're supposed to put a light on the gap there too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's just, you know, I mean, look at that majestic.
I think it'll look good with this light here.
But then you see how much of that mini tub this takes up. We still have a ton of room with a bigger offset wheel. We can still go 1.5 inches, 2 inches wider on tire.
Yeah. So,
you know, and that's an X275. So the X275 is a little bigger than a standard 275. Mm-hmm. That's just a, you know, cheated up drag radial size thing. But they do.
But it fits good.
Oh yeah, they fit good. The only thing with these tires that I've had for an experience, when they stick big time. I've broken a lot of shit with those. I mean, like a lot. So just to bear that in mind.
Watch Todd's previous video.
don't dump the clutch at 7,500 RPM because bad things can happen.
Well, we're actually worried about maybe a stall though too, right? Like the.
Well, you may dead to it. I mean, it's not unheard of because, you know, we don't have 700 horsepower in here.
Yeah.
So, and you know, it's geared. It's a 350 gears in the back.
Yeah, 355.
So, I mean, let's face it. We could very easily dead hook and bog, but it won't stall, but it'll bog, and it'll actually be slower than spinning a little bit, because sometimes tire speed's your friend, you know.
Yeah.
Just if it spins like it did last time, tire speed is not your friend.
Yeah.
You know? But you see the mini tub setup here, and you get a pretty good picture of that. And it's a really nice clean. It looks factory, but
yeah, like we cut into all the frame here, and then this is all plated all the way down.
Yeah, it's a plate they sell with the kit. Yeah. The mini tub, well, the original wheel tub was this side of the frame rail too. Like you couldn't put any tire into this car before.
Yeah.
Now, shit, those tires rubbed. Those little tires rubbed before.
Yeah. So
I mean, now you can get some tire under it. Tailpipe, we did have to make a custom tailpipe because the factory, well, I mean, it wasn't a factory tailpipe, but tailpipe made for Chevy II, you know, with the triangulated 4-link and the sway bar and the and the coilover and everything, you know, tailpipe didn't fit. So
Yeah, it's all custom.
yeah. So we made up some. That's just some of that Summit. They got those pipe kits you can buy, little bits and pieces and all kinds of bends and whatnot. So it's a pretty quick way to make one up. We had some leftovers from one of those kits, or did we buy a kit?
Yeah, no, we bought a kit with all the
kit.
bends.
Yeah.
And then the other slick thing was how they incorporated the tie bar. They used the old porches for where the shocks were.
Yeah.
And then basically dialed into those, and then that's where the new sway bar goes.
Yeah, that was they actually did. They put a lot of thought into this thing, and they incorporated a lot of the original stuff where they could. It was actually well thought out. I mean, but that's what they do. They do Chevy II stuff. So I mean, they're going to be the ones that know it probably more than anybody.
Yeah, thank you, Church Boys.
Yeah. A lot of good companies out there making suspension parts, but not really a whole lot of people specializing in Chevy II. So
yeah, true.
This is it. So,
great.
All right. Well, how much pressure do you have in these tires?
I don't know, 40. I run a lot when I'm just driving around.
It's a 15-pound gauge, so we're gonna go down a ways.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get it to dig a little bit with these tires.
Yeah.
And if we don't, if it'll spin still, we'll put the slicks on it. Radio pedal.
But here we are at the track. We put on top of checking the car, we also put a paint job.
Yeah, in the trailer, Danny. Grab it.
We put a new paint job on the car last night.
I see the guys.
How did we paint it?
I was going to ask you, what paint did we use on this?
I used Lenko 30 weight.
Lenko 30 weight to really bring out the shine.
Lenko 30 weight is awesome. Hey? How fast are you gonna go?
We have moving car in line for the top
we saw, we raced. The best got was like a 15.0, so not what we expected, but you know, got a lot of testing in.
But car worked well.
Well,
It didn't. I mean, street tires. We had good traction. The suspension worked well. The car went straight. The tranny shifted good. Everything was good. It's simple. 4 horsepower. Simple problem.
yeah.
We need a set of heads. I actually found some really nice affordable heads that are CNC ported and everything. Frankenstein makes them.
Okay.
And I can get them to you from Motor State pretty darn cheap. Actually, too cheap not to buy them.
We'll pull up the motor when we paint it and maybe bolt those on.
That would give us a lot of more horsepower. And we need that. Those are small valve head and stuff. We can make it go much, much quicker because now it'll support it.
Yeah.
You know, before not so much. Now it'll support it.
Well, next stop is St. Air. We'll go to the
Road course.
Road course, and I'll give it a try there.
And then we're going to want more power again.
It was great. It was a good day.
Good day.
I don't know. Should I drive it home? Should I get it right home there? I don't know.
Whatever you want to do. I got the trailer. Whatever you want to do. I mean, it's safe driving home.